Welcome, everyone, to our wonderful house, George and Caroline, sitting in the back. Everybody say a little thank you to Caroline and George. What a wonderful place. Let's all agree that this is a great place for a workshop. And can we all agree that everybody that was supposed to be here is here? Can we agree to that? Yeah. Okay. And can we agree to having a wonderful healing moment tonight?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. That was a beautiful introduction. Oh, welcome everyone. So this is also our first event of the tour. We'll be touring for almost 3 months, from Florida to Toronto. So this is our kickoff. So super exciting to share that first event with all of you. And so thankful to our hosts, also Caroline and George, for having us here. Such a beautiful space. So yeah, the voice liberation workshop, I love starting with this because for me I always feel like I'm also just one of the participants, and it's such a joy every time. It's a journey. I never know exactly what's going to happen. But I got on this path a few years ago. I was actually studying on the Conservatory of Music, and I was on this journey of becoming a famous singer and a pop singer. And when I got into the conservatory, I felt very stuck into this, the pressure of needing to sing in a certain way. It didn't feel that freedom that I always felt, and that probably everyone here felt when they were little. You know, everyone as a kid, we know this healing power of our voice. Every little kid sings so freely, right? But there comes this point where you'll learn that, you're not so cute anymore, and you'll be taught to stay quiet, be a good girl, be a good boy, and we keep it in. Or for some of us like me that you do hear you actually have a good voice, but it's still not free anymore. You were taught to sing in a certain way it's good, and in other ways it's not good, and these expectations. And I noticed in the conservatory that really came to a peak where I even felt like, I don't even know if I want to sing anymore. It felt so trapped, and I was longing for that freedom again. And so this 2 years school came on my path called Ode an die Freude. Well, to say the German, it's Ode an die Freude. Yeah, the Ode to Joy was actually the name of the school. I was like, wow. What a good name for a school, right? Ode to Joy. And it was this 2 years Voice Liberation Academy in Amsterdam, in Holland. And the first year was all about hearing your inner voice again, which is funny also. The meaning of my name in Persian is inner voice. So it was really about reconnecting with your inner voice. And the second year was all about teaching, and I had no interest in that whatsoever. We had to do an internship. I talked my way out of it because I was always very good in not doing something if I didn't want to do it. So I had no desire of becoming a voice liberator or teaching. I just wanted to be more free on stage myself and use the principles to free up my stage performance and my singing. And that was until a few years ago. It's actually where Jeffrey and I met each other. I got into the Course in Miracles already at that time, and I read, it was maybe now 6 years ago, it was 6 years ago, where I read online about a friend of mine, David Hofmeister, who's a beautiful Course in Miracles teacher as well, and I read that he was doing a month-long retreat in Utah. And the moment that I read about it, I was instantly felt so activated. I was like, I have to teach voice liberation there. And I didn't do it. All those years, I was already graduated from this Voice Liberation Academy for 3 years. Never really done any workshops or something, but I knew I have to go there and teach voice liberation. And I shared the inspiration with David, and he felt it too. He was like, yeah, come on over. He paid for my flight, and I got there, and I didn't even know they were shooting a movie. And he was part of the crew of that movie, this beautiful movie, Take Me Home, if you haven't seen it, so check it out. It's beautiful. And the voice liberation actually turned out to be a beautiful part in that movie. And I didn't have like a form or like how am I actually doing this. So it made it super easy for me to step back and let the Spirit lead the way. So I was sharing today with Jeffrey like how with the concerts and the singing, there can still be this I know mind, it's like, oh, I know how to sing, I'm a singer, or I professionally train or whatever. But with the voice liberation, I was just like, okay, like show me, what to do. And in those first sessions, like for the first time, I experienced how easy it was to follow, and to just hear that the guidance of say this, do this, do that. I was like, wow, this is amazing, and to really use the voice for deeper healing. So that really intrigued me into getting more into that. And since then, I've been doing more retreats and workshops, and then especially during COVID, a lot online. And now I'm just like, oh man, this is so great of to really use the voice to get deeper, and to get actually an experience of what A Course in Miracles is teaching for the ones. I think most of the people here know A Course in Miracles. If you don't know, that's also perfectly fine. But the Course can get very intellectual, and it can get very much in the head. And yeah, this is a way, and that's what I'm inviting you also tonight, to get an experience that I think will be of value for all of us. So that's also why there's no experience needed. This is not about singing. Even if you would be here and you would sit in silence and in meditation, you'll get all that you need. All minds are joined. I always say my voice is your voice. So even if you would just join in mind with my voice, that's great. You cannot do it wrong. You cannot do it right or wrong. It's all good. We get exactly what we need. Like Mark said, we're here because we need to be here, and this group is who needed to be here. And what else? Yeah, so the only requirement really to be here and participate is just wanting to be free. So if there's anyone here that loves suffering and that would like to continue to suffer, I don't know, you're still welcome to be here, but you're super welcome. But yeah, that's really the only requirement. Like, do you want peace? Do you want to be free? And then I'm like, oh yes, okay, let's do this, all you need. So yeah, so I always love to start with a meditation. So we'll do that now. Tune in, check in. So just get comfortable. See if you're comfortable in your seat. If you want to readjust a little bit, or maybe stretch out a little bit. And then we'll start with what I call this voice liberation sigh, which is a nice big sigh with relaxing jaws. So we inhale on whatever is present. And we exhale deeply. Let's do that again. So just inhale deeply. Beautiful. And one more time. Maybe see if your body wants to move along a little bit, a little stretching or yawning. Beautiful. See if it feels okay for you to close your eyes. Just take a moment to become present with what is going on for you in this moment. See what thoughts, what feelings did you bring with you tonight? And see if you can just welcome all of it. It doesn't have to be any different. However you're sitting here, whatever physical feelings you have, whatever emotions you brought with you, whatever stories, whatever thoughts. See if you can welcome all of it. Give them all a seat. They're here for us. They're helpful for all of us. So on another big sigh, see if you can just welcome yourself in this space fully as you are in this moment, not any different. Let's inhale deeply. Welcome to all of it. Welcome to all of me. Allowed to be here exactly as I am today. Knowing that it's actually helpful. My presence here is now helpful. See if we can let that in. That you're here for a reason. So thank yourself also for answering the call, answering your inspiration to come tonight. And then see if there's still any expectations that you might have. Anything that you feel you have to know or have to do to be good at this workshop, or anything else that you feel you might have to know or do. And let's surrender that in another big sigh. So let's inhale. Maybe I like to shake it out even a little bit. Let's do another one and give it a little shake. Good, beautiful. So we remember we don't have to know anything, we don't have to do anything. Spirit got us every step of the way. All we need is this willingness for peace, to be free, to remember the love we truly are. And we don't have to do anything for that. Just that willingness alone is enough. Just us being here right now is enough. Us joining here for that purpose is enough. So we invite the Spirit. You can maybe even see as if this symbol of love, the Spirit, whatever symbol works for you, as if they're holding your hand or standing right next to you, or whatever feels helpful for you. Just to take this moment to remember that you're not doing this alone, that you're not walking back home alone, that you're so supported. Every step of the way. That you do not walk alone. And look together with the Spirit if there's a certain intention that you have for tonight. Something you may have been struggling with, or that you want to shed a light on. And on another big sigh, we'll also surrender that intention. So even if you didn't have a clear intention, that's fine too. Maybe it's just to be open for whatever the Spirit has in store for you. But let's hand all of that over as well. So let's inhale. remember that all minds are joined so that whatever healing occurs for one is for all of us. And the invitation is really, during this workshop, to allow whatever comes up to come up. Give it space. So it doesn't need to go away. If there are tears that want to come up, see if you can, instead of swallowing them or trying to temper them down or make them go away, just open your mouth, let it out, give a big sigh. And these sighs are not meant to make the feelings go away. They are meant to give space. It's more like, here, I'll give some extra, I'll make some extra room for you. So whenever there's a feeling that comes up of like, oh, this feels difficult, or this feels tense, or this feels sad, give it one of those big sighs. It's like inviting, like, okay, I see you. You are welcome here as well. And I go into sounding a few rounds, and just feel free to allow to come up what wants to come up for you. So you can still meditate on this. Of course, feel free to sing along, but if you just want to meditate on it, it's perfect. And just see what comes up for you. Let it move through. Keep on sighing if that feels good. If you feel that your body is being moved, allow it to move. Just feel what feels good. Keep allowing, letting everything come up that wants to come up. Give it space. Breathe through it. Let's let out a few more big sighs. And maybe you can even see if you can give a little bit of sound to that sigh. Let's do a few more. Beautiful. Okay, just take a moment to feel. Just notice again what's going on for you. Giving space. Okay, and whenever you're ready, you can just slowly open your eyes. And just find what feels good for you. If you like to move a bit or stretch. Welcome back. So we'll have a moment to share if you feel to share. We have a microphone here, so if you feel to share about maybe your intention or anything else that you experienced during the meditation, feel free to raise your hand, and Jeffrey will come to you with the microphone. You want to share something? No. Oh.
Did you raise your hand?
Oh, did I?
Do you want to share something?
Well,
I felt like, what was the question?
Well, if you feel to share anything, maybe your intention or anything else that you experienced during the meditation, feel free to share. If not, that's fine too.
Well,
No
some of it
pressure.
was really intense, and then I let go. I went some places in my mind, that's for sure. I didn't, at one part of it I didn't feel comfortable with at all. So what's this coming off like the question then?
Yeah. Perfect.
It's just really intense.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so it's really just an invitation to let it come up. So even that feeling of like, oh, I don't want to go there. Like, you don't have to force yourself then to go there, but like to give that feeling of I don't want to go there, to give that space of like, is it okay that I don't want to go there? Like, okay, I don't want to go there. Like, how does that feel? Is that okay? Yes, of course it is. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else feels to share? Yeah.
Well, I felt a sadness from the tones and the minor key. And I thought, wow, this is a perfect magnet for sadness and grief. And nothing really came up for me in terms of that. But it just felt, ugh. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. I wanted you to give it some more happy tones.
Yeah.
Maybe a major key or something. Really was dark.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, so what came up for me was deep layers. Kelly, right? Mm-hmm. Kelly and I were talking before you started about cover-up, and we all know the cover-up and the ego belief system is very thick and very dense. And it takes a lot of work to uncover it. So I think just allowing the voice to just sound itself, it felt like very, very crusty, very deep layers of cover-up that were being loosened. Not surface level stuff, I'm talking very deep layers of stuff where that maybe symbolize a false self of the voice that we presented in the world, the image, the good impression that we've learned. So I think that for me it symbolized a very deep, very crusty layers of ego cover-up that was being loosened and dredged up for cleaning, for release. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Beautiful. Anyone else that wants to share? Yeah.
When you very first cried,
Yeah.
when your voice started, I just got hit with such beauty, just this beauty from within me, just was meeting you, and it was just so lovely. And then I have this kind of tight band, of my clothing here, and it was like really squeezing and hurting. And I thought, I'll just get up and go adjust it in the bathroom. And I thought, no, I can't interrupt. And at one point, I kind of got, not supposed to be there right now, just to kind of embrace it. But I am going to go in there. I don't have to be embarrassed about that. I'm going to be comfortable if that's okay if I go do that.
Of course, yeah.
But the whole process of just some physical pain was
Yeah.
really part of it, because I did feel it just ease. I said, hey, Jesus, can you loosen that thing up for me? If is that possible? So I did feel it loosen a little bit, but it was a metaphor for my mind that was.
Beautiful. Thank you. I think we had another hand here. Or was it over there?
The music reminded me of this book I'm reading right now called Bittersweet by Susan Cain. And the genesis of the book is that she's attracted to sad music. And she starts to kind of explore why are we attracted to sad music. And I think it's someone she interviews, and they talk about her attraction to sad music being a longing for the divine. That's what that,
No, beautiful.
that's what that tapped into for me.
Thank you. Good.
Neda,
Yeah.
I felt processing those feelings and that experience, I just felt a deep sadness and a longing for the depth in my soul. And the depth in my soul is connected to everybody else. And a deep longing to experience and to know that, which is unknowable in my soul, but I can experience it. So, it's something that I experience calls itself the soul of love. And that came to me also. I see that as the network that brings us all together.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really the invitation throughout the whole workshop. No, we'll do it anytime, like whenever you feel like, oh, it's like open jaw, shoulders relax, jaw relax. There's something also where we learn, like, it's not good to sigh. It's this of like, what are you sighing about, right? It's like, but it's so relieving to just open up your mouth, shake your body. You know, recently I'd even heard like that's how animals release trauma, is by shaking. It's like you see this little bunny that gets chased by a wild animal, you know, and once the chase is over, they just shake it off and then they hop on, you know. They're not like in therapy of like, oh my God, listen, what just happened to me? This lion chased me and this and that. It's like, whoosh, shake it off and they'll go, you know. So it's this like the movement, and it's so helpful. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so let's start with another big sigh. Okay, and the invitation again to just feel what comes up for you, knowing that whatever comes up is perfect. It doesn't need to be anything different. And yeah, so a little bit about, I don't want to go too deep into how this thing works because it's really about an experience. But I really think that everything is vibration. So even our emotions, our beliefs, our trauma, or anything has a certain vibration. So you can say that everything is music, you know, and you can release that vibration that is stuck, that we don't want to go to, you know, like the Course says, that we're so afraid to look within, and constantly invites us, like, don't be afraid to look within. The ego tells us it's like black with guilt, there's scary snakes, scary monsters. But it says like, okay, the ego is saying this a little bit too loud and too often. It's actually covering over the belief that, you know, like this fear of like, what if you would go within and instead of finding all of this blackness and this scariness, what if you would just find love? You know, what if there was nothing there to be afraid of? Well, then it's game over for the ego, right? So it tries to keep us from going within. So it's very normal to feel also this resistance when during this workshop. And that's okay too. Like I said, all minds are joined. So just by being here, you know, your neighbor will do it for you. It's fine. You'll get exactly what you need. But so everything is vibration, and so with this method, you could say, we go to those unconscious vibrations, those unconscious blocks, like the Course says, right? We're not here to look for love, you know, that's who we are. But our task is to seek and find all the barriers within ourselves that we place against that love that we truly are. And it's like, how do we get there? You know, and the voice appears to be this supernatural, super powerful way to get there instantly. So it's so interesting, again, like how we unlearn that so young, right? Where as little kids, I think we all know that power of the voice, and we forget about it, or we unlearn it. But it's actually really easy to get back in touch with it. I want to invite you to that. Like, how do we do that? And so those sighs are actually the beginning already. So we just inhale in whatever is present. It just starts, it's like an expression session with the spirit. The Course says, like, the spirit cannot shine anything away if we keep it hidden. So that's all we need to do, is like bring it up to the surface so that it can be healed. So whatever we keep hidden, it stays hidden until we're brave enough to go there and shine a light on it. And that's what we do with this voice work, is with the voice we go there and we hand it over to the spirit. And so we do that by just like feeling into, like, okay, what is coming up for me? This fear, this sadness, anger, whatever it is. And we inhale into that. And we release whatever sound wants to come up and out from that. And so we'll take it in little steps, and you'll see that it will just go whatever way it wants to go. Maybe it's very soft, maybe it's silent, maybe it's very loud. But we'll start with those sighs, and we'll slowly expand them. So if it feels okay for you, you can just close your eyes again. And let's take a moment again to tune in, become present with what you're feeling in this moment, and invite it all. Doesn't have to be anything different. Let's let out a sigh. We remember that we don't have to know anything, we don't have to do anything, that our willingness for peace alone is enough. So we'll start with a few rounds of those sighs, and we'll expand them into a sound. So we'll just inhale on whatever feels present, whether it's joy or irritation, sadness, whatever's going on for you. We'll inhale into it and exhale. Exhale. Give that feeling space. So again, just inhale into whatever's present for you. Exhale. Good. So now we'll make those exhales a bit longer, and you can explore in seeing where does your voice wants to go, what sound, what tone, and I invite you to really don't do your best at all. Like, just have it be as relaxed as possible. Like, relax your jaws, relax your shoulders, relax your face. So inhale on what is present for you. And as your jaws are very relaxed, see on what tone your voice is ending. Doesn't matter what voice, but try for it to be very relaxed. Very relaxed. Doesn't have to be beautiful. Maybe even like to move with it a bit, or shake it out. Just see how it wants to come out for you. It's all good. See if you can relax your jaw. And on the next inhale, connect again with what is present for you. You can go a little bit earlier into the tone and just see where your voice wants to take it. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Maybe they're weird sounds. Wow. Bleh. Woo. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Maybe they're like yawns or wow. It's not about beautiful. It's just about getting in touch with letting your voice a little bit more free, going wherever it wants to go. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 yeah, wow, wow, yeah, wow, wow. Oh, yeah, wow, wow, yeah, 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 wow, yeah, relax your jaw, relax your face. Beautiful. Just let out another big sigh. Beautiful. So remember that the Spirit is right there with you. Then I invite you to let a situation come up in your mind that feels difficult at this time, something you're struggling with, something that feels hard to forgive or let go or see differently. Maybe it's something very present, maybe it's something a bit older. Whatever comes to mind is perfect. See if you can breathe into it. See if you can give it space. Allow it to come up. Notice what it does with your body. Notice what emotions come up. Just see if you can let it all come up. Doesn't have to be different. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to be spiritual about it. Just see if you can let it come up the way it wants to come up. Just feel it, take a moment to feel it. And see if there are any other people involved into this situation. And see if you have judgments towards them. See if you can really take a moment to look at all of your thoughts around this. So don't try to spiritualize it. Whatever you've been thinking about this situation, even if these feelings of maybe being unfairly treated or how you're right about a certain situation or how things should have been different, see if you can just let it come up. Welcome it. Even if it feels uncomfortable, give it space. We're going to see now how it feels to sound what is coming up for you. So I invite you to hand over your voice to these feelings, to these thoughts, to these perhaps judgments, grievances, regrets, coulda, woulda, shouldas, anything that comes up for you about this situation. You can ask it like, okay, what do you sound like? Give it space. So you can start with those sighs and just see how it wants to extend itself into a sound. So I'll join you. And just let your voice guide you. You don't have to consciously guide it. It knows what to do. Your willingness to be free from the pain that this situation is triggering inside of you is enough. So inhale into these feelings. And let it out, whatever way wants to come out. Beautiful. And if there are tears coming up, see if you cannot swallow them. Let them come up. You can even sing them. Let them out. Yeah. Beautiful. Kelly, I see you. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. Let them come up. Open your mouth. Allow the tears to be there. Yeah, beautiful. Let it come out. Give it space. Yeah, relax your face. Open your mouth. Don't swallow the tears. It's okay. Tell them it's okay. Let me hear you. Give it space. Whatever way wants to come out, you can sing your tears. Give them space. Allow it to be there. Invite it in. Go on. Spirit is right there with you. It's encouraging you, welcoming you. Wants to hear about every tear, about every sadness. So share it with him. Space, even if it's just a size. Can you tell yourself it's okay to feel this? Give it space. Yeah, let it out. Yeah. And we give it all over to the Spirit, all this sadness, all this grief, all this hurt. So let's let out a big sigh. And one more, even deeper. Beautiful. And so we'll go a little bit deeper together with the Spirit. Spirit is right there with us. We don't have to do anything by ourselves. We cannot do it wrong. The Spirit reminds us we're already home. We're already healed. So we can be happy learners, getting our degree first day in school. Don't have to do anything. So let's look together with the Spirit what the belief is underneath of this situation, the belief that really is hurting us. So let's look together. What interpretation did the ego give to this story? So this is again a moment to not try to spiritualize it, but see that, oh right, the ego is telling me that this happened because I'm not good enough. Or this happened because I am guilty. This is clear proof for that. What is the ego saying about this situation? This happened because, I fill in the blanks. This happened because I'm alone. I'm not supported. This happened because nobody really loves me. And I have to do everything by myself. This happened because I don't really deserve love. Or this happened because I'm not worthy. So see, what is it for you? Maybe it's something else. Just let it come up. Let it come up. And if you can't find anything specific, ultimately the only belief that is there is the belief that we're separated from God, from love, from our source. And that one can feel a little bit abstract to connect with. So if you do find a different one that you resonate more with, that feels like, ow, oh yes, I know that one, that is a familiar one. Then give space to that one. Let it come up, even if it feels uncomfortable. Let it come up. And take a moment also to see where else you notice that this belief plays out in your life, in your relationship. Because I'm sure this is not the only situation where this feeling is triggered. So take a moment, see. Perhaps your mind is giving you scenes of more proof, more ego proof that this belief is true. It's actually helpful. Let them all be washed up. And as we do another few rounds of sounding, I want you to imagine that you're really connecting with this belief and giving your sound to it. And you can imagine as if every tone you make, you drop that tone into the hands of the Spirit. As if every dark thought is translated into a sound that drops right into the hands of the Spirit to be released, instantly being replaced for the truth. So we let all of our grievances be replaced by miracles. We let all of our darkness be replaced by the light. So see what that sounds like for you. Maybe it's very soft, maybe it's very loud. So we'll connect with that belief. I'm not good enough, or I'm guilty, I don't deserve love, I'm unworthy. What is it for you? And let's release it through our voice into the hands of the Spirit. How does it want to come up? And if you feel your body's moving along, let it move along as well. Maybe you feel tension in a certain area in your body. Maybe you like to shake that, or if it feels better to stand up, that's fine too. Just find what feels good for you. You cannot do it wrong. And if it's hard for you to connect with your own voice, feel free to connect with mine. All minds are joined. If you do want to join, you can start again with those sighs and expand them into a sound. See if you can relax your face. Allow the tears to move. See if you can relax your jaw. Let out some sighs. And just see yourself taking that belief, that false belief, if I'm unworthy or I'm not good enough or whatever belief you uncovered. See yourself handing it over into the hands of the Spirit. And let's do that on a big sigh. Maybe even shake it out a bit. Beautiful. Hand it all over. And in place of this, we ask for a miracle. We want to know the truth of who we are, which is very much the opposite of the belief you just released. So take a moment and see if you can allow in the Spirit's replacement for what you just surrendered. So open your hands to receive the gift. As we join our minds to have all of our grievances be replaced by miracles. And see if you can join with me into using this situation that you brought up to only learn who you truly are, and to not use it anymore to teach you what you are not. See if you can say yes to that internally. Like, yes, I'm not going to use this situation anymore to teach myself or to teach anyone else that I'm guilty, that I'm unworthy, that I did something wrong, that I'm not good enough. Let's agree to, from this point on, only use the situation and only use this relationship. Might be involved with someone else in this situation. let's agree that we'll only use this relationship to remember who we truly are. So see if you can also release this relationship into the hands of the Spirit. So we say, okay, I give this to you. Use this relationship for your purposes. Let's let out another big sigh. We'll do a few more rounds of sounding whatever wants to come up from this place. Receiving the miracle, receiving the gifts of the Spirit. If there's anything that wants to be released, or maybe there's joy, see how it wants to be sound. Maybe it's the Spirit singing for you through your voice. See what wants to come up. And there's a mantra coming to me now, so feel free to sing along if that feels good for you. The words that come to me, I am so loved. And see how it feels to sing that along. And you can sing it in your own way. The melody that just came, I think, is something like this. I am so loved. And you can sing it lower or higher, whatever feels good. I am so loved. I am so loved. I am so loved. Now sing it in your own way. I am so loved. Beautiful. I am so loved. I am so loved. I invite you to open your eyes and see how it feels to sing this with your eyes open as we witness this truth for each other. Maybe that feels way more scary. Just see how it feels. Maybe it's very soft. Maybe you dare to go a little bit louder. So we'll sing it, and I actually invite you to look around a bit when you sing it. And as you sing it, looking at someone else, I am so loved. See how your brother or your sister is there. Yes, like affirming that. They're your witness. To say, I am so loved, is to say, you are so loved. So if that brings up sadness or joy, whatever it brings up, let it come up for you. Give it space. Invite yourself. Go where it feels good for you, where it feels okay for you. Okay, so whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. I am so loved. Yeah, look around. I am so loved. See if you can see this in the other. I am so loved. 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 And let's see how it feels to move to you are so loved. And as you sing it for someone else, see if you can stay connected to what that means. That means the same thing as I am so loved. See how it feels for you. You cannot do it wrong. You are so loved. 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 Oh, you are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Yeah, go on. You, yeah, and keep feeling what it brings up for you. Can you open up to this truth? You are so loved. Can you accept it? Can you allow it in? You are so loved. You big sighs. We remember we're so loved, even if we can't feel it every time or all the time. We cannot change who we truly are. So just because we might have lost touch with that true love that we are, doesn't mean that it's gone. Doesn't mean that we truly lost it. We can forget about it, but it will never forget about us. And it's always patiently waiting for our return. So if you're here tonight, that means that there's a big part of you that wants to remember this, and that will fully remember this. That's absolutely certain.